Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for September 8th. In 1835, having returned from Mexico a week earlier, Stephen F. Austin attended a dinner in Victoria. In a speech to the guests, he stated that, though he had long been an advocate for peace, during his imprisonment in Mexico, he recognized the problem was the Mexican government, and he called for a consultation to set a new course for Texas. Very interesting. There you go. In 1848, some 257 soldiers under, VVT, Major Jefferson Van Horn arrived at El Paso del Norte, now Ciudad Juarez in Chihuahua, to establish a post to defend the new border, maintain order, protect settlers, and California-bound immigrants from Indian attacks, and assist in a survey for a continental railroad. In January 1854, the military post was moved onto Texas to a permanent location on the north side of the Rio Grande. On March 8, 1854, it was officially named Fort Bliss for Lieutenant Colonel William S. Bliss, Major General Zachary Taylor's chief of staff during the Mexican War. In 1863, the Battle of Sabine Pass took place, an action by Union forces intended to establish a base in the area. The Confederate artillery had range-marked the river channel, and when the 4 Union gunboats came within range, 3 were put out of commission, and the 4th withdrew. Lieutenant Richard W. Dowling's forces took 300 Union prisoners and captured 2 gunboats without a single Confederate casualty. Hear, hear. In 1877, John Bryan died at the State Lunatic Asylum in Austin. Bryan had moved to Texas from Arkansas in 1839 and settled on the eastern bank of the Trinity River, where Dallas is now located. He encouraged settlers to locate there, and in 1844 had the site of Dallas platted. Bryan also operated the first ferry across the Trinity River at Dallas. He was instrumental in organizing Dallas County in 1846, and in the selection of Dallas as the county seat in 1850. Bryan was also prominent in the completion of the Houston and Texas Central Railway and building the first iron bridge over the Trinity in 1871-1872. John Neely Bryan. I wonder why he went to the State Lunatic Asylum. Now, see, that would have been something of interest. Perhaps it's something you can look up and investigate a little further, dear listener. And on 1900, on this Saturday, a devastating hurricane came ashore at Galveston. It had been detected at Martinique on August 30th and passed over Cuba on September 4th. When it struck Galveston in the evening, maximum wind velocities reached 120 miles per hour. The recorded barometer was low 28.44, and the high water mark was 15.7 feet above mean tide. Galveston, at the time, was the 4th largest city in Texas with 28,000 people. It's estimated that between 6,000 and 8,000 lives were lost in the city, and between 10,000 and 12,000 on the entire island. The inundation destroyed over 2,500 houses and caused $40 million in property losses. Although more severe hurricanes have occurred since then, in terms of property damage, this Galveston hurricane caused by far the greatest loss. And I believe that was the one that it was the impetus for building the seawall. In 1938, the Rainbow Bridge over the Neches River connecting Port Arthur and Orange was dedicated as the Port Arthur-Orange Bridge. This bridge replaced the Dryden Ferry and later became known as the Rainbow Bridge. And in 1961, Hurricane Carla came ashore, the largest hurricane of record in Texas, with wind gusts estimated at 175 miles per hour at Port Lavaca. Jesus. There are 34 deaths, $300 million in property damage, and some 250,000 persons evacuated. Carla continued to do major damage inland for 6 days. Wow, man, that would have been something. All right, friend, that was your Texas History Roundup for September 8th. Hope you enjoyed that. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope to have you back here tomorrow for another Texas History Roundup. We will see you then. Thanks for listening. Take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.